Welcome to the Security Foundation Study Guide. In this video, we will continue with Chapter 5C, which talks about disaster recovery. Please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Now let's flow into our first topic. Disaster recovery planning, or DRP, entails the preparation for and recovery from a disaster, whether natural or human-made. In some cases, incidents detected by the incident response team may escalate to the level of disaster, and the incident response plan may no longer be able to handle the effective and efficient recovery from the loss. For example, if a malicious program evades containment actions and infects and disables many or most of an organization's systems and their ability to function, the Disaster Recovery Plan, or DR plan, is activated. Sometimes events are by their nature immediately classified as disasters, such as an extensive fire, flood, damaging storm, or earthquake. As you learned earlier in this module, the Contingency Planning Team creates the Disaster Recovery Planning Team, or DRPT. The DRPT, in turn, organizes and prepares the Disaster Recovery Response Teams, or DRRTs, to implement the DR plan in the event of a disaster. In reality, there may be many different DRRTs, each tasked with a different aspect of recovery. Information security staff most likely will not lead these teams, but will support their efforts, ensuring that no new vulnerabilities arise during the recovery process. The various DRRTs will have multiple responsibilities in the recovery of the primary site and the re-establishment of operations. 1. Recover information assets that are salvageable from the primary facility after the disaster. 2. Purchase or otherwise acquire replacement information assets from appropriate sources. 3. Re-establish functional information assets at the primary site if possible, or at a new primary site if necessary. Now that is done, let's move to the next topic right after this. In general, a disaster has occurred when either of two criteria is met. 1. The organization is unable to contain or control the impact of an incident, or the level of damage or destruction from an incident is so severe that the organization cannot quickly recover from it. 2. The distinction between an incident and a disaster may be subtle. The DRPT must document in the DR plan whether a particular event is classified as an incident or a disaster. This determination is critical because it determines which plan is activated. The key role of the DR plan is to prepare to re-establish operations at the organization's primary location after a disaster, or to establish operations at a new location if the primary site is no longer viable. You learned earlier in this module about the CP process recommended by NIST, which uses 7 steps. In the broader context of organizational CP, these steps form the overall CP process. These steps are adapted and applied here within the narrower context of the DRP process, resulting in an 8-step DR process. 1. Organize the DR team. The initial assignments to the DR team, including the team lead, will most likely be performed by the CPMT. However, additional personnel may need to be assigned to the team as the specifics of the DR policy and plan are developed, and as individual roles and responsibilities are defined and assigned. 2. Develop the DR planning policy statement. A formal department or agency policy provides the authority and guidance necessary to develop an effective contingency plan. 3. Review the BIA. The BIA was prepared to help identify and prioritize critical information and its host systems. A review of what was discovered is an important step in the process. 4. Identify preventive controls. Measures taken to reduce the effects of business and system disruptions can increase information availability and reduce contingency lifecycle costs. 5. Create DR strategies. Thorough recovery strategies ensure that the system can be recovered quickly and effectively following a disruption. 6. Develop the DR plan document. The plan should contain detailed guidance and procedures for restoring a damaged system. 7. Ensure DR plan testing, training and exercises. Testing. The plan identifies planning gaps, whereas training prepares recovery personnel for plan activation. Both activities improve plan effectiveness and overall agency preparedness. 8. ensure DR plan maintenance. The plan should be a living document that is updated regularly to remain current with system enhancements. There you have it. Now let's take a quick break and we will return right after this. A DR plan can classify disasters in a number of ways. The most common method of disaster classification is to evaluate the amount of damage that could potentially be caused by the disaster, usually on a scale of moderate, severe or critical, for example. Disasters could also be classified by their origin, such as natural or human-made. Most incidents fall into the human-made category, like hacker intrusions or malware, but some could be tied to natural origins, such as fires or floods. Many disasters begin as incidents, and only when they reach a specified threshold are they escalated from incident to disaster. If you find this video useful, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe to the channel. To see more videos like this, please click in the rectangle in the middle of your screen. To see other videos from this channel, please click the circle on the bottom right. Thanks for watching. See you on the next one.